want to show you where I'm at. Last time we left off on a live stream and I went over some things and fixed some stuff. I also made a few videos about prototyping that I want to go over and show you how this video applies to that. So this video talks about how to make your dream game faster. And I go over different prototypes that you can build to learn what you need to build your dream game. And so this is me iterating through this. For Monkey Wizard, for example, platformer engine is Unity, and I'm building for the strictly meta. Then the genre and the player interactions, I'm gonna do free to play, and it's gonna be a social VR game that's multiplayer game like Gorilla Tag. It's a Gorilla Tag fan based game. And so I'm going to cut costs by doing that. The player interactions, there's also one thing that I have to do on this, on step 3, that I'm going to work on and do some videos on is, since you're wizards, how are you going to cast spells? Is it going to be gesture based, or is it going to be with a wand, or both? So I'm going to experiment on that and do a video on another time. Multiplayer, backend is PlayFab. The funding, I'm going to focus on in-app purchases and specifically subscriptions. Make it a no-brainer to have subscriptions in this game. Then login authentication, we went through that at the beginning with the meta login. And then sound effects, I'm going to try to see if I can have some stock audio that I have. And if I need anything else, I'll try to dig around and see what I can do. Publishing, I already said meta, so I don't have anything to do with that anymore. So it's pretty straightforward. I have most of the stuff that I've done before. This is just a proof of concept. The two main focuses doing the wizard interactions, how's that going to work, and then the art style. So one of the things with the art style is I have this, I'm going to think of doing something like Supercell, the Clash of Clans or something like that. I think I like this simplistic art style, but it's very fun and goofy, and so I want to see if we can do that for a Monkey Wizard game. So I'll show you some of it right now. Let's hit play, and we fixed the in-app purchases. I added a new button system that's a lot more reliable. I don't have my headset connected, so I won't be able to play it. But this is kind of the starting, right? We have, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to have each player spawn up at their base. This is their base. And each one of these has a tower. So if you look in here, it's like an outpost. This is an asset that I got on the Unity asset store. We go in here, we have the wizards and the different levels. So I have set up the different levels. So if I unlock level 1, the tower goes up. And if this is the basement, so I unlock this here, and then you can go down to the second, to the basement. And then I'm gonna do probably like a secret compartment down here, right here, where you could probably open it up or something. I'm gonna do where you can probably go like, oh, it's a static, so I can't move it. But anyway, so I'll do that, and then there's a level 3. You have, so you have a staircase, level 4. You have another tower. And the idea is that you be able to progress through, and then also there's the props that you can. I'm gonna have people be able to place their props from the building, so they'll have these things that they're able to add fences or whatever they purchase. But that's the idea, is that you have things that you can add to your laboratory or something. But that's just a work in progress. But that's the idea, is that you'll have this tower that you'll level up, and you'll have 8 people in here. And so each one will have their own building. And then in here is the cosmetics. I have the buy button, and these are physics based now, so that they will trigger and animate down as you press the button physically. So it's a lot cleaner and way better than the default. And obviously, as you can see, I've been testing it because I have a ton of money. And then the other thing I have in here added is these guys that I'm going to eventually put in here. The whole point of these guys are, they're the enemies, and the idea is that you're trying to defend your town from different monsters that are coming in. And I'm still trying to figure out if they'll be in the town around, kind of like, Halloween. They're like z- roaming around and then maybe shooting you, and you have to like fend them off or whatever, and then gain XP that way. But the main thing I'm going to focus on, I did this setup and I'm like, okay, now I need to focus on the mechanics of the actual game. Like, what are you going to do as a wizard to fend off these guys? If you look at the player, you can see I spawned my guy here in one of the places. So you spawn right here, and then you learn how to level up your tower and whatnot. This guy, the other thing I added is animating rig to the gorilla tag clone. Anyway, so in another video, I'm going to show how I did this. There's a lot of videos out there about animation rigging and how to apply that to a gorilla tag rig. But that's the main thing. Everything it's set. Now I just gotta work on the actual game mechanics and whatnot. And this is all for the most part like set up in here in the company assets and in my Monkey Wizard game. Some stuff is specifically to the game, but the rest of the stuff that's not, I can reuse and save time on the next project. That's the idea with this, is that I can just keep iterating, or if I need something else, I add it, and then I have it there forever for any other game. So again, this was on a Saturday in the morning, a few hours in the day, trying to bring this together and kind of figure things out. And it's still all work in progress. As you can tell, it's just everything's duplicated and just moved around. There's nothing finalized or anything. I'll probably contact someone that I know to model things, to get me a rig, avatar rig, and then also change some of this stuff. Because, for example, I know I'm gonna want to change these because these are just the asset is multiple objects, right? I would, if I was the one modeling these, I would put these all together in one piece instead of like separate pieces, so that it's less draw calls. So this can be way simplified for VR. Right now, it's like pushing VR to the limit just with these assets because they're not optimized for VR. But I know if I have to do it myself, I'll do it. If not, I can use a tool, or I can hire an artist to do it way better. Okay. So that's my project right now. And like I said, I'm gonna put out videos. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Right now, I'm just showing you what I'm doing. And in the next week, by next week, I'll have some decision made on the Wizard game. And that's how it goes week by week. Even though I have a few hours a day, I try to get moving forward, right? I know the next steps. My next prototype, or the next things that I'm iterating on, is the Wizard mechanics, which is huge, right? Once I figure that out, I can I can set up an alpha and I can start having people play test. And then from then on, I will have feedback on my game from actual players that want to play the game. You can get started super fast. Doesn't take long. If you are serious about making your game, you can get started now and have a prototype ready within a week. If you're serious about game development, just give me a call, schedule a call. There's a link below, and we can talk about your game and how to get started today.